What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This time it's against Iris, and she has a pretty interesting looking team, which is kind of the main reason why I wanted to battle her, because she was like, yo, I have a team that isn't the same exact 6 Pokemon that you see every battle. But yeah, so my team is actually the same. This is actually going to be one of the last battles. Using this team, I have a new Barbaracle that pretty much is going to rip shit up, and I just kind of wanted to showcase that guy. But other than this battle, the next couple battles are going to be with completely new teams, so it shall be interesting. Anyway, she's going to be leading off with the Froslass. I kind of predicted that. Okay, so right off the first turn, I predicted the taunt, not going for the Stealth Rock, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Rock Slide to get some damage off on this thing. It's kind of predicted when you see a Froslass lead, it's probably going to taunt and then proceed to set up some spikes and all that jazz. But yeah, so it's going to go ahead and take that Rock Slide quite nicely, and then it opens up a berry and eats that shit right on the battlefield. And I'm like, Froslass, you fat ass, it's not lunchtime right now. Get that out of here. So yeah, now I know that it's pretty much going to start laying out its spikes and all that stuff. So, you know, those spikes are like Legos. You don't want to step on those bitches. As soon as you send a Pokemon in, they're just like, oh god! Like, that'd be awful. The spikes are the worst thing ever. But yeah, I go for the Will-O-Wisp. She predicts that goes into her Flash Fire Rapidash. That's kind of, you know, that's a nice play on her part. If I went for the Shadow Ball, it would have been enough for a 2-hit KO anyways. But yeah, so now I'm going to go into Slime Shady. I know that this thing pretty much can't really hit Slime Shady for any damage, so Slime Shady's just going to kind of come out here and just do her big Goodra fucking slimy ass, gross ass thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically expected that she's going to switch her Rapidash out to save that guy for later. She brings out the Metagross, and I went for the Focus Blast, but unfortunately, Slime Shady needs to get a fucking eye exam or something, because he misses that, but you know, whatever. Now I'm going to switch into Paul, because I know Metagross, I don't know what kind of Metagross it is to begin with, if it's one of those ones that likes to set up and stuff, you know, Paul's my guy for that. It turns out that this is actually a dual screen Metagross, and I was like, that's pretty damn interesting and original, so I like that. It goes for the dual screens right off the bat, and I was just kind of like, that's fine for me, because considering you can't really hurt Paul either, so I'm just gonna, you know, kind of go for the Scald. If I can get the burn, that'd be pretty badass. I found out that Paul really enjoys burning bitches, so it's a pretty good chance that the burn is gonna come pretty soon off that Scald. Now she decides to switch into her Lapras, predicting the next Scald. That Water Absorb is going to soak all that shit up, so that Lapras is out here pretty much free switch. I don't know, it's probably going to start Dragon Dancing. That was my first thought. I'm kind of like, okay, Lapras out here. He's probably going to go for the Substitute, perhaps some Dragon Dances and stuff. And I figure, why the hell not bring out Slime Shady? I figure Slime Shady probably doesn't have that much significance in this battle, and plus I don't have much else that wants to deal with this Lapras, so the Light Screen and the Reflect are also still up, so that plays a major factor in this. I do go for the Thunderbolt on this turn to try to break the Substitute, but as you can see, that Light Screen is going to be a dick. And now this Lapras gets the opportunity to set up a little Toxic action, and he's still behind that asshole Substitute. So I'm in a pretty bad position here. Basically, the Metagross I've found is going to be my arch enemy, because that asshole sets up those screens and allows me not to do shit, so I'm just going to go for another Thunderbolt. It's going to go ahead and break the sub, and I'm actually afraid of her setting up another Substitute, but it's kind of, you know, the Light Screen's going to wear off soon, so it's like fucking ticking time bomb out here. It's going to go for the Freeze Dry. That's going to do, you know, a little bit to Slime Shady. You can't really do shit to Slime Shady unless you hit me with like a physical attack, but yeah. So, we got a full health Lapras over here. Slime Shady's looking fucking hurt as hell. This is no bueno. I'm just gonna go for another Thunderbolt because I was like, might as well just get off some damage. You know, he's gonna go ahead and set up the Substitute, which is like, fuck my life, but you know, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. So that Loch Ness Monster over there is gonna be sitting behind that green Substitute, chilling as Slime Shady's taking poison damage, and I live that with 7, which is kind of nice because now at least I get another Thunderbolt off on that thing, and yeah, it's not going to break it, but, you know, at least the next one will. So, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Surf. It's going to take out Slime Shady, and I was like, alright. I don't know what the hell to do about this Lapras here. So, I mean, at least it hasn't started setting up some Dragon Dances or anything yet. That would be a major problem right there. The Light Screen wears off, although there is still the Reflect. But I did hit that Substitute with a Thunderbolt a minute ago, so this next Fake Out should be able to take that thing out, smack that stupid beanbag right in the face, and, out comes the Lapras. I don't know what this thing wants to do. Maybe he wants to Toxic. He does actually go for the Toxic, so that's kind of nice. Probably would have been a smarter move to go for just the attack, just some damage off on me, because like I said, in the past, this Ambipom does enjoy killing itself with its Life Orb damage at times. So if you can get any damage off on this thing, it just kind of limits the amount of time I'm able to use it. But she tries to switch. I predict that. Go for the Pursuit. Kind of got a little bit of a useless critical hit there, not sure if that mattered, but in comes the Metagross, and I basically know that this Metagross is a screen asshole, so it's kind of just like, gonna come in here and start setting up the screens again, so it's like I might as well take this opportunity to just go ahead and switch out. I could have U-turned, but I was too lazy. Ambipom does not like life orb damage, so you know, just go ahead and take the switch. So now this thing's gonna start setting up the reflect, so it's not gonna be taking shit for damage. So I'm like, fuck, this Metagross right here is causing problems. I actually should invest in a dual screen Metagross. This is pretty badass. It has the light clay, so the screens last longer and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna go for the Scald. I mean, honestly, it's not gonna do any damage, but if I can get the burn, that would at least be helpful, because you can't toxic this asshole. So it's like, you know, I'm just gonna go for the burn stuff. But actually, I decide that Paul's like, you know, fuck that noise. I'm gonna get out here, switch into Face Paint, because I did actually predict her to switch the Metagross out. But instead, she stays in and went for the Earthquake. That wouldn't have done a damn thing to Paul, but it does do quite a bit with the critical hit to Face Paint. I take this opportunity to just get up some free Stealth Rocks, because Mamoswine isn't going to do much, but we're to try to Earthquake that thing anyways, so you know, the free Stealth Rocks are always nice, and at this point I'm pretty much just wasting away the old time on the Reflect. So yeah, he gets the attack raise on that Meteor Mash, so I'm like, fuck, this is getting pretty damn intense. I go back into Paul, because I know even with the attack raise, the Earthquake literally isn't going to do a damn thing, and what damage it does do, I can just go ahead and slack off. So I might as well, you know, at this point, literally the only thing I can do is to have Paul just try to get the burn. I do finally get the burn, and I'm like, yes, thank God. Like, good job, Paul. Burning shit like it's your job. So now it's going to be taking continual damage every turn, so that's pretty nice. And now he's going to go for the Earthquake, which is going to set Paul to like half. I predicted the switch there, went for the Toxic. It was worth a try, I guess. If she would have switched, it would have been pretty cool. But I could have gone for the Slack Off there. Not that big of a deal, because now I can go for the Slack Off. And this time she does decide to switch and goes into the Lapras. I should have gone for the Toxic again if I was smart, but I was like, you know what? Screw it, I'm just going to Slack Off. So yeah, we get all my health back and all that stuff, so that's pretty nice. The Lapras does live that Stealth Rock with like a little bit of HP. That was the main reason why I set the Stealth Rocks up, was so when the Lapras switched in it would die, but I went ahead and miscalculated that shit, I guess. So she tries to Toxic me, misses Paul, and I was like, ouch, I'm terribly sorry about that, because if you can land a Toxic off on Paul, you've basically killed Paul eventually. Until I bring a team with an Aromatherapy guy, so then you're shit out of luck. But yeah, so now I predict the Toxic again, because she's probably going to want to get that off, so I'm just going to go into Hand D-Job, because he's already poisoned. Hand D-Job's like, I ain't even worried about getting poisoned again, motherfucker. So that's all good. So yeah, basically now I can just go ahead and fake out this Lapras and kill it. So that's going to be pretty damn nicely. But I am taking a bit of damage from that poison, and this Life Orb damage is going to freaking hurt and all that stuff. So yeah, the Lapras doesn't die to the poison. Both of the screens have worn off now. So go ahead and fake out that bitch right to the face, and that is a dead-ass Lapras. So this is going quite swell. She still has the full Metagross left, and I don't really have much that can kill that. I basically need to get a good matchup off on that thing and stuff. So yeah, now she brings out the Rapidash. I know that I can save Ambipom for later, or I can just go ahead and kill this Rapidash. So I was like, you know what, fuck you, Rapidash, smack you in the face. Went ahead and killed that thing. I feel terribly sorry about that. You should probably run a Scarf Rapidash. So, oh my god, and Hand D-Jobs lived that with 1 HP, but died to the poison damage. So it's kind of like, well, you did your job there, Ambipom. Good shit. Good shit. So now I'm going to go into Spookshire knowing that I can outspeed anything. And she decides to bring out her Jinx. So I know that she probably is aware that I'm Choice Scarfed and able to kill her with a quick little Shadow Ball. So she decides to switch out. She brings out her Blissey, and I was like, alright, Bliss, that's fine. I kind of predicted the switch into Blissey, so I went for the Fire Blast, so at least I could hit it with an attack. Blissies have way too much special defense, and even, I mean, that did a reasonable amount to that egg asshole right there. I was like, back in the day, these Blissies would just cause way too many problems. But even Spookshire almost did half with the Fire Blast. So yeah, I take this opportunity. I finally got the matchup that I wanted. I needed Barbaracle in against this Blissey, because now I know that this Blissey literally can't hurt me for shit, so I might as well start going for the Shell Smash. Basically, my idea behind this Barbaracle is to switch it into something that I know that I can take a couple attacks from, set up a Shell Smash, and then use my White Herb to get rid of the defense drops. Still have pretty, honestly, some pretty scary defenses after the White Herb fixes those. So now I've got massive speed, massive attack, and it's pretty much clobbering time for my boy Facepalm over here. And that is, if that's not the most appropriate nickname for Barbaracle, I don't know what the hell is. This guy literally has a palm for a face. But yeah, so she brings in the Metagross. Pretty much just gonna go ahead and take some rocks up the butthole, so that thing is dead as hell. And now it's basically just kind of just Barbaracle fun. Barbaracle is a nice Pokemon to keep around till the end of the match. Wait till you get a matchup that you know you can set up on, and then basically there's not much that can take a Stone Edge, like, at all from a Barbaracle. Unless you miss the Stone Edge. See, there's the only downfall. It's basically I'm just sitting here like, alright, Barbarical, you don't miss that Stone Edge. Better not miss that shit. I am taking continual poison damage though, so that kind of sucks. And now she brings in the Blissey, and it's like, alright, I'm about to rape this Blissey right here. It actually has a berry though that gets it some HP. But that's not going to help it, because Razor Shell is going to rip that thing a new asshole. So that is a dead-ass Blissey. Unfortunately, Facepalm is going to die to that poison damage, so the rampage ends there, but you know, you did some work there, Facepalm, good shit. So now I can just go into Spookshire. Spookshire can outspeed anything. All she has left is that Frostlass, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit that thing with a Shadow Ball, and that is going to be the end of the match. So, very good game, Iris. I appreciate the match. We will definitely battle again because you have fun teams and all that stuff, and I will upload more matches pretty soon, guys, and I will see you later. Peace.